Hi, everyone. My name is Josh Birdwell. I'm going to talk about organizing your learning. And this is something that I implemented and showed Kimberly, and she said this would be something great to kind of explain to others, and maybe it'll be helpful for you. So I work at NextThought. I'm a front-end developer there. Do a lot of JavaScript and React. So I had an analogy in my head for how I viewed my learning. I saw it as like a buffet of learning, so think of the buffet line as the internet, the different food options as the thousands of resources we have to choose from, and your plate as your attention span. So I would often get into this scenario where I put a ton of things on my plate and I would eat a little bit of, say, mac and cheese, a little bit of green beans, a little bit of chicken. I would never actually finish anything. And so with the resources, I would take, 5-minute on this course, I'd read half of this article, I'd watch half of this video, and then I'd look at the end of the day and not have completed anything. So I said, well, let's just pick 1 or 2 items to put on my plate, finish those, and then I can always go back for more. But I needed a place to kind of organize and remember what I was learning. So I thought, how can I manage my learning? What resources? There's tons of things. There's bookmarks, there's Notepad, there's Instapaper. You've got tons of ways to organize it. And so I went through and kind of thought of, okay, well, I want a place where I can, say, I want to put 2 things in a stack and just do those, and kind of have a history of everything I'm working on and still see things I've finished, and have some customizable attributes. So I chose Trello, and I'll show you here in a second my board and then a board that I created as a skeleton to kind of let you guys duplicate. And so Trello for me has worked out really well because they have a mobile app and they also have extensions for all the different browsers. And so we are going to go into an example. So here's my crazy board. It's a little messy and real. So my working learning stack is the only time I'm put something in there is if I'm actively working on it. So right now I have a side project. I'm learning Angular, and so I have the Angular course I'm taking. And so say if I was to stop that, it has to leave. I just have these rules that I made for myself. I try not to put more than 3 things in there because I find if I do that, then I normally won't finish. And then prioritized is usually kind of the back burner. So I'll switch between learning advanced React and learning some of these Angular courses. And then I have just the different topics. So general is for things that don't really have a place. Say if I wanted to learn like web components or Rust, but I'm not really actively learning those things, then I would put them in here. And then I have, of course, React, GraphQL, Vue, and some of the different areas that I want to get into. And so here's what a blank one might look like. This is just a suggestion that I have. You can make it however you feel. So we have our working stack, our prioritize, our general, Vue and React, and finished. So I'm going to show you, we all probably know Dan. He's one of the main guys in React in the community, and I really like reading his articles. And so if I want to learn about this functional components, but I don't want to necessarily learn about it today, I can click the Trello Chrome extension, click Attach, click Add, and then another place I get some of my resources from are different newsletters. So Tyler McGinnis has a great newsletter. Let's learn about scheduling in React. So now we're going to go do the same thing. We're going to attach it and add it to the React. So now we can go over to our board. And so we can see that they are in the React learning board. So then you can just bring it over to your working learning stack, and this is kind of how I keep track. So eventually you'll get, my React one is just, that would take me forever to finish all those. But oftentimes I'll go back and see, of course it's outdated because, front-end development changes every day, so that's awesome. So now let's go back. So I wanted to kind of give some of the resources that I find useful. So the example Trello board, you guys can copy that, make it your own, it's public. And then the Trello platforms is their website. They have the mobile app on there. They have the Chrome extension or Firefox or whatever you use. Dan's Twitter, which most of you guys probably know. Tyler McGinnis's newsletter. And then another newsletter I like, Full Stack React, and then dev.to. That's kind of like Medium, but has just been growing the past couple of months. I've seen a lot of the people I follow have been posting their blog posts on there. Thanks, guys.